Namaste. My name is Rohil, and today I'm going to be taking you through a very relaxing flow that's a full body flow. So, we're going to be focusing on the shoulders as well as the hips. So, this is especially for someone who has very tight or very sore hips and shoulders and just wants to relax into the postures, go deeper, and achieve mobility and range of motion in different parts of the body. So we're just going to come up to sitting upright with the back straight, closing your eyes, taking a long deep inhale, expanding the belly as you inhale, and exhale, letting all the air out, contracting your belly. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. Last breath. Inhale deeply and exhaling all the air out. You can open your eyes here. We're going to interlock the fingers, stretching the hands up towards the ceiling, and exhale, allowing our hands to fall over to the left side, keeping the chest open so you don't want to collapse the chest. You can also have the left hand by your side, letting your right hand reach out. Breathing for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming back to center, placing your right hand by your side, the left hand up overhead, reaching out with your left hand, trying not to collapse the chest, keeping the chest open here. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, slowly coming back to center. Placing your right hand on the left knee, the left hand behind you. Every inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, twisting. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, twisting. For last 3 breaths. 2, and 1. Slowly coming back to center. Placing the left hand on the right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to twist. Long, deep breaths. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming back to center. You're going to bring the left hand by your side, bringing the left thumb to point downwards, and then bringing the left hand back, and if possible, trying to grab your left hand with the right. If you can't reach, you can use a towel or anything, a strap or something to help you reach. This is a great posture to do every single day because we oftentimes curve our upper back in our normal day-to-day postures. So it's a great to open the shoulders and the upper back. Keeping your right bicep close to the right ear and breathing for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing the hands, bringing your right hand by your side, your right thumb pointing downwards, bringing the right hand back. And once again, trying to clasp, bringing your left hand over and trying to clasp the palms. If you can't reach, you can use a cloth or something to help you. Keeping your left bicep close to the left ear. Breathing long deep breaths for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. We're going to come onto our hands and knees. Bringing your shoulders directly above the wrist and your hip directly above the knees. We're going to do a few cat-cow positions to wake up the spine. Inhale, bringing the chin up, gazing up at the ceiling. Exhale, chin to chest, curving the back. Inhale up. Exhale, chin to chest, curving the spine. Inhale up. Exhale, chin to chest, curving the spine. Inhale up. Exhale, chin to chest, curving the spine. And inhale, coming back to center. From here, you're going to keep your hips above the knee and just walking the hands forward. So walking the hands out all the way to the front as much as possible. And from here, you're going to try and bring either your forehead to the mat, or your nose to the mat, or your chin to the mat, or if possible, the chest to the mat. Throughout, try to keep your elbows straight and your palms shoulder width apart. Of course, if you feel a lot of tension in your elbows, you can bend your elbows if you feel a lot of tension in the shoulders. So we're going to stay here for about a minute. This is a great exercise to open up the shoulders. Trying to relax completely, surrendering into your mat. If you feel it's too much at any point, you can always take a step back with your hands. Breathing here for a last 5 breaths. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly walking the hands back. From here, we're going to try to lie down all the way onto our belly. So lying down all the way onto your belly, bringing your left hand to the side. So the left hand reaches out to the side. And then from here, you're going to lift the right leg up, place it down on the outside of the left, on the inside of the left leg. And then you can bring your hand either to support you next to your chest or all the way at the back. Trying to relax into the stretch. Long deep breaths here. For last 5. Make sure here that your left wrist is in line with the left shoulder. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming back to center, coming back to lie down on your belly, bringing the right hand by your side, and from here lifting up the left leg, crossing the left leg over, and around the right, and then you can have your left hand either resting here or bringing it back, resting it at the back. Long deep breaths here. Making sure that your right wrist is in line with your right shoulder. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale slowly, making your way back onto your belly. And exhale, we're going to push up all the way, coming onto our knees. Placing the palms down on the mat, bringing the legs back, and we're going to push back into our first downward facing dog for the day. You can pedal the legs a few times if you need to. At any point, if you feel it's too much, you can always take a child's pose. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On the next inhale, bringing your right leg in between the hands, bringing your left knee down to the mat. You're going to come up standing tall, bringing your left hand on the right thigh, right hand on top of the left. Exhale, pushing the right leg forward, trying to bring your left hip closer to the ground. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Placing the hands on either side of the right leg. Here you're going to walk your right foot out about a foot, so about 12 centimeters. And from here, you're just going to, every exhale, you're going to try and straighten your right leg, bringing your toes up. It's okay if you don't manage to straighten all the way. And every inhale, you're going to bend the leg, trying to bring your hips forward. Exhale, straightening. Inhale, bending. Here, trying to keep your right rib connected to your right thigh. So don't lose the connection between your right rib and the right thigh. Exhale, bending, straightening, sorry. Inhale to bend. We'll do this 5 more times. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Last time, inhale, bend. And exhale, straighten. From here, coming onto the tips of your fingers, bringing your right leg back slightly, placing your palms down, untucking your left foot toes, lifting the left knee up, and exhale, bringing the right leg back, coming into a plank position, bringing the knees to the mat, chin to the mat, chest to the mat, and then coming up into a baby cobra, keeping the elbows close to the ribs, coming up here for 5 breaths. 4, 3, 2. You can also modify by coming onto your forearms if it's too much. 2 and 1. If you're on your forearms, bringing the hands close to the ribs, and exhale, pushing back into downward facing dog. Breathing here for 3, 2 and 1. On the next inhale, bringing the left foot in between the hands, placing the right knee down, coming upright, bringing your right hand on the left thigh, left hand on top of the right. Every exhale, trying to push your left knee forward, bringing your right hip closer towards the mat. Long deep breaths here. Again, if you have sensitive knees, you can place a cushion or a cloth underneath your right knee. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Placing your hands down on either side of the left leg. From here, we're going to walk, coming onto the tips of your fingers and walking the left leg slightly forward. Exhale, trying to straighten the left leg, bringing the toes up. It's okay if you don't manage to straighten all the way. Inhale, bending the leg. We're going to try to keep our left rib connected to the left thigh. So without lifting our left rib off the thigh, we're going to try to just keep it here and then try to straighten, even if it's just a little bit. Inhaling to straighten. Inhale, bending the left leg. Exhale, straightening. Inhale to bend. Trying to bring the hips forward. Exhale, straightening. We'll do this 5 more times. Inhale to bend. Exhale, straightening. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Last time, inhale, bend. And exhale, straightening. From here, bringing your left leg back slightly. Tucking your right foot toes, lifting the right knee up, bringing the left leg back, coming into a plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling, relaxing the belly down. Here you can shift the hands forward, coming onto your forearms, lifting your chest up, chin up. If you're comfortable here, you can then lift the elbows off the mat, coming into a cobra. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing, coming down to lie down all the way, placing the hands by the ribs and pushing up all the way into downward facing dog. Trying to bring the heels to the mat, feet hip width apart, fingers spread wide, shoulders away from the ears. For another 3, 2, and 1. On the next inhale, you're going to walk both legs forward to the hands. From here, we're just going to bend forward, clasping opposite elbows and just allowing ourselves to relax. We can have a bend in the knees here, trying to keep the back as straight as possible, clasping the opposite elbows and just relaxing. You can maybe sway side to side or just staying still. We'll breathe here for 10 breaths, slowly starting to straighten the legs, but most importantly, keeping the lengthening in the spine. The last 3, 2, and 1. Placing the hands down, and from here walking the legs back one by one, coming back into a downward dog position. Breathing here 2 breaths for 1, 2, and on the next inhale, bringing your right knee in between the hands, placing the right leg down. The right leg is in about a 45-degree angle. Once again, if you feel sensitive in your left knee, you can place a cushion or a towel underneath the left knee. Try not to open the hip in this way. So you want to keep squaring the hips so that the front of your left thigh is staring down towards the mat. From here, we're going to come onto the tips of our fingers. If this is not hurting your back, you're going to inhale, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, bending back ever so slightly for 3, 2, and 1. On the next exhale, folding forward, you can either come onto your forearms, or if this is already too much, you can just stay here, or otherwise you can place your head on your palms, the back of your palms, completely relaxing. If you feel a strain in your right glutes, make sure to come up slightly and place maybe a folded cushion or something underneath your right butt. The glutes are the biggest muscle group, and it's important to stretch them out every single day, especially if we do a lot of strengthening work with the legs. We're going to stay here for another 30 seconds. Every exhale, trying to surrender into the pose, relaxing tightness from your ears, from any other part of the body. And on the next inhale, we're slowly going to come out of the posture, coming onto your palms. And from here, if possible, you're going to try and bend your left knee. So, as much as possible, trying to bend the left knee. And if you can, you're going to try and grab the left leg with your left hand. You can just stay here if it's already too much, or otherwise, you can try to push your left heel towards the left butt. Taking long, deep breaths for 5, 4. Here we are stretching out the psoas muscle, which is the most used muscle when we are running or walking, jumping, all these activities, squatting. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing the left leg, placing your palms down, and from here pushing up, bringing your right leg back, coming into a downward facing dog for a couple of breaths. For 2, and 1. On the next inhale, bringing your left knee this time in between the palms, placing your right knee down. Once again, feel free to use a cushion or a towel underneath your right knee. From here, we're going to sit upright, so bringing your tips of the fingers onto the mat, rolling the shoulders back, and as much as it's comfortable for you, exhale, going back, bending backwards. For 3, 2, and 1. On the next exhale, you're going to bring your forearms down, folding forward. If this is already enough for you, you can stay here. Otherwise, placing your forehead at the back of the hands, coming down all the way. Throughout the practice, try to make sure that your hips are squared, so you're not opening. Your right front of the thigh is facing down towards the mat. Remembering to take long, deep breaths with every exhale, letting go of stress, surrendering completely into the posture. Notice where you're holding on in your shoulders, your neck. Completely relax, release. We're going to stay here for another 30 seconds. And on the next inhale, slowly pushing up with the hands, bringing the hands on either side of your left leg. And from here, we're going to slowly try to bend the right leg. Once again, you can grab on with your right hand, your right foot, either just staying here, or if you're comfortable, trying to bring your right heel close to the right butt. Gazing straight in front. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing the right leg. Placing both palms down. And exhale, bringing the left leg back, coming into a downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly relaxing, placing your knees on the mat. From here, we're going to try and bring our knees as far wide as possible. So if it can go wider than the mat, great. You're going to keep your feet together so your big toes are touching each other. And then on the next exhale, you're going to fold forward, trying to keep your butt on the heels. As you fold forward, placing, if possible, the head down. If it's not possible, you can just stay here on your forearms, trying to keep your back straight and pressing your butt down into the heels. This posture is a really good passive hip opener, especially if your butt is not able to touch the heels here. This is something that you should practice regularly to keep the hips in good shape, in good function. We'll take 10 breaths here, trying to let go of any tension that you might be holding in your hips. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to slowly walk the hands back, coming into a seated position, bringing the feet out in front of you. So we're going to keep the heels together. You're going to pull the flesh up of your butt cheeks so that your back is a bit straight. If you find this posture really hard, you can also use a pillow or a cushion to prop your butt up higher. From here, we're going to interlock our fingers at the outsides of the legs, and we're just going to flap our legs a few times. Taking long, deep breaths here. And then if possible, you're going to grab with your left hand the heels And with your right hand, you're just going to slightly try to push the right thigh down. So keep pulling with the left hand as you push with the right. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Switching the side, grabbing your feet with your right hand and pushing with your left hand down into the thighs. Breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. The last stretch for today, we're going to bring our left leg in this way to the back. So we are not sitting on the left heel, we're sitting on with both butts on the mat. The left leg is just by our side. And then you're going to bring your right leg to come over the left. So if this is already you're feeling it a lot here, you can just stay in this position. Otherwise, we're going to try and bring the right knee as much as possible over the left knee. No need to push in this posture. Just staying comfortable with wherever you're at, trying to bring your right leg back if you can. From here, you can either just stay upright, or if possible, you can begin to fold forward, trying to keep your back straight as you do so. You can, if you feel tired at any point, you can of course always rest your forehead on the right knee, but otherwise trying to keep your back straight, chin up as you fold forward. Breathing long deep breaths. We'll stay here for 30 seconds. Trying to relax the right glutes, letting it completely relax. Last 2 breaths. And slowly push back, coming up to seated straight. You can release the leg, massaging the knee if you feel some pain in the knee, and bringing your right leg underneath you. Again, you're not sitting on the right heel, you have both butts on the mat, the heel is just by the side, and then bringing the left leg over. If this is already enough, you can just stay here. Otherwise, you can try and bring the left leg back, trying to bring the left knee on top of the right. Try not to push here, be very mindful of your knees. If you're feeling pain in the knees, just stay upright. Don't go too far down. You can even help support with your hands. Otherwise, if you have no pain in the knee, you can begin to fold forward slightly. Once again, keeping the chest open, back straight. Long deep breaths here. With every exhale, allowing your hips to sink deeper into the posture. And last 2 breaths. And slowly beginning to push the hands back, coming up to seated straight. And we're going to sit in a simple cross-leg position, closing your eyes. Just remaining aware of any sensations that may be arising in your body, noticing how you feel different from when we began this practice. Thank you for practicing with me today and for taking the time out for yourself